wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Good morning and welcome to the KVJ show. Happy Thursday. What's going on, everybody?
Happy Thursday.
Good to see you all here. It's not as cold as it was the last couple of days. I noticed.
Know. It's considerably warmer today.
It's good. It's good temperature.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Still
good.
okay with it. Yeah, it's not a bad day.
It's not supposed to get out of the 70s today, which I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
70s in the highs, 60s in the lows. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm. I love cold weather. I don't like when it's so cold it starts making my bones hurt, my skin crack.
Well, yesterday I got my car and it said 49, and I was like,
Too much.
It's too much.
Too much.
Today it was like 63, and I was like, ooh, this is nice.
I was talking to my dad. He's out there in Texas. He's saying it's like in the 30s right now. I'm like,
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd break me.
A lot of places just a little bit north are cold. They got snow on the ground. A lot of places that aren't even used to it. I know
What's that?
Yeah, we were getting out of Atlanta. We got out just a day in time because the temperature was going to be dropping like 20 or 30 degrees. And I was like, we just drove as fast as we could south. And we made it just in time.
Would you be bummed out if South Florida had to deal with snow? Or is that something you think, oh, this is pretty cool?
You know, snow's not bad. If you have to have cold, snow is a good payment for it because it is beautiful and it's fun. You can do things with it. What is terrible is when it's just cold. And that was the thing when I went to Atlanta. It just took only not even a week there. It looked like winter. You had a lot of trees that had no leaves, and you just look at the sky and it just looked like winter. And after almost a week, I'm like, I got to get out of here. So it's good to be in South Florida. It's just a beautiful day yesterday, sunny and cool and nice and sunny.
Yeah, my sister who's out there in Oregon says there'll be days and days where it's dark and dreary, and that does lead to some depression.
It does, yeah. It's a clinical
That's
thing.
the last thing we need right now.
Well, you'll go weeks on end where it's just kind of, gray up there. It's beautiful, but you're kind of locked in.
Yeah, it is not fun. So we're blessed to have this great weather. It's 64 outside. Going to be warming up a little bit today to 75, and then Friday, Saturday, by Saturday, 81 for a high. But then next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, high of only 68, so it's going to get chilly early next week, too.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Get some sprinklings of cold snaps.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of everything. So the weather is good. It's a beautiful day, and KVJ is on.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in just a second, I will tell you about the accusations being hurled at Miley Cyrus. Did she steal one of her newest songs?
We already talked about it. Behind the scenes during commercial, we were like, this sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, we'll play the evidence for you, and you tell us, is Miley a thief? Is somebody on her team thieving? Before we get into that, production has been shut down on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. A bunch of cast members and a production crew member have all tested positive. Kathy Hilton, Paris Hilton's mom, just started as like a friend of the show. So she's got like featured moments on the show. She's got it. And two other regular cast members got it. So I know you'll be upset, Jaybird. This might push back some episodes of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Terrible.
Full disclosure, I kind of tuned out during that story, and I'm so sorry. I don't even know what you're talking about.
TikTok just unveiled its top 100. Any guesses? Any guesses you guys want to throw out there of who are the top TikTokers?
Yeah, Jason Derulo's number one.
Oh, Kevin, you're so good at this game.
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else? Bird?
I'll go with one of the Jenners.
Very good.
Really?
Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes. Topping the list, Bird. Look at you. Other top TikTokers include Lizzo, Charlie Puth, Tyga, Lil Yachty's in there. Even your boy Dr. Phil made it.
Maybe 2021 is where KVJ takes TikTok by storm.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mama. I'd like to see some dance moves.
I would like to do some TikToks. I gotta get choreography.
Oh, here we go.
I want it to look good. Because when you see like Jason Derulo's, you're like, oh damn, that guy is good. He steps up the game of everybody on TikTok.
I don't know. I think a lot of people would tune into below average middle-aged people dancing.
Doesn't do anything for me.
Bad dancer, old face, terrible body. Yeah, why not?
I think it'll crush.
And finally here, did Miley Cyrus steal her song? Now, we heard this song the other day on the radio, and I remember you said, Jaybird, that sounds familiar.
Well, it sounds like a woman who I love, someone I listen to all the time, Olivia Newton-John. They're saying Miley stole from Olivia.
Damn.
Wow.
Miley stole the song.
Nah.
What do you think? If you're the judge, is there something there?
Yeah, but again, I don't know what it takes to qualify as a ripoff.
See,
Where
I
you
think-
need to owe somebody some money.
I think that one would be an offender because the melody is so. To me, I think the melody is very similar.
Well, Judge Jason has spoken. You better pay up, Miley.
Do
pay
they
up.
have a standard? They should. Like, because you can kind of go through chord progressions and tempos and all that stuff where you could easily just make it black and white. Where, yeah, that violates it. You owe them a percentage of money.
So the number one thing is always melody. The melody is where you're going to get busted. That'll be your greatest offense. Because you're right. When it comes to chords and drums and all that, it's very easy to duplicate that.
Yeah.
But it's the melody that's where you're going to get sued on.
Okay. Did she give a credit to Olivia?
I don't think so.
Okay.
She about to be giving her a check.
Yeah. I don't know if she's given a credit. They usually don't, Kev. They usually just rip and grip these days.
Rip and grip.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about today, Jaybird?
I got ghost on the brain because I got a pretty cool email from somebody. Now, let me know if you guys think this is creepy and if would you leave the house if this was going down. It says, "Hey, Bird, I keep seeing a spirit in my bathroom. It looks like it jumps in and out of my bathroom mirror. I also can't sleep because something is waking me up. Have you ever heard about this kind of mirror thing before, Amanda?" And I have. The mirror thing, a lot of people believe that's some kind of gateway or a portal, some kind of just area where ghosts or demons
Getting rid of all the mirrors in my house today.
can come in and out. Yeah, if you're seeing something jump out of your bathroom mirror, I think we need to get Vicky involved, probably.
Yeah.
Or a ghost, something. We gotta do something, get that looked at. If you see something jumping out of your mirror, are you out? Do you leave your place, or do you try to combat it and stay?
The mirror's out. I'll stay.
Well, just because the mirror's gone it does not necessarily mean the ghost is gone.
Okay.
That means it's liking where you're.
That's step one. If I see the ghost again, then. But I mean, you know, what the ghost follows me? Where am I going to go?
It depends how hard the ghost comes at me. I mean, there's different levels of haunting. Is it like a full-on poltergeist situation, or is this ghost just dancing around in my bathroom?
It could be Casper.
That's a fine question. That leads me to my next question. What type of haunting would it lead for you to leave your house?
It would have to be something worse than just, oh, I think I saw a ghost, or like a shadow, or wow, that was kind of freaky.
You go to bed at night, and when you wake up, certain nights there is something hovering over you. Is that, are we kind of going into that area of we got to leave?
Yeah, if what happened to you on that video happened to me, we would have a problem.
Even if you brought a team in there to get it out of there, would you still have a tough time staying there if you had those kind of issues?
It'd be tough because I've put so much money into this house.
That's why I'm asking.
It would be very, very tough.
And if it was something on the poltergeist level where Rocco is brushing his teeth and a tree breaks in the window and is strangling him.
I think we have to move.
You got to go.
If a tree
gotta
tries
go.
to kill my 5-year-old, then I mean, a good mom would move.
What about you, Kev? I know you guys have built your castle. That'd be a bitch to leave.
Yeah, I'd do everything I could, but I mean, yeah, if the tree branch is coming through the window and yanking the kid out of his bed, yeah, we gotta, get out of there.
So there is a level.
Yeah.
To see where it's at.
I hope every parent would leave if their kid gets yanked out of their bed by a tree
What
branch.
if you leave and the next place you go has a tree that yanks you and you realize it's not the home, it's you?
You just can't get away from it?
That's what they've told me that everywhere I've gone, I'm bringing the spirits with me. Well, every place I've had issues.
That's why I don't invite them.
Yeah, every place you've gone, you've also done seances and stupid ghost haunts and circle things where you all sit around a circle and
circle things. What are you talking about?
not that circle thing, not you and your snack pack friends.
The snack pack.
I mean, you and your ghost people, where you've done like seances where ghost faces have appeared on other faces in a circle.
Because you're right, little Casper ghost. Oh, that's cute. That's one thing.
Yeah.
I can deal with a shadow person in the corner where I'm like, what was that?
Okay. Fascinating stuff. Thank you, guys. I said fascinating again. That is a buzzword of mine. I use that a lot.
I love how yesterday you were like, I don't use fascinating. That's not even in my repertoire.
Next sentence. That's fascinating.
I got called out for using the word fascinating, and I said it 10 times right after.
After denying it. Virginia, what you got on your mind?
I just want to remind everybody to, if you're spending some money this holiday, whether it be going out to restaurants or buying gifts, remember to shop local and help out our moms and pops. I was talking with Jen and Phoebe over at the Pizza Girls yesterday.
Yeah.
And they already had to close their Clematis location. And now their PGA location is hurting because people are just,
Yeah.
That's a nice restaurant,
it's
too.
It's a beautiful restaurant. They put so much into it. And it reminds all of us that there's local mom and pops here in our community that we need to remember to support too, and keep that in the back of your head. These are your friends. Mm-hmm. So remember your friends.
As soon as a restaurant has more than, 3, is it not considered mom and pop anymore? Let's say you're killing it locally, and then you open up another restaurant. When is it not considered mom and pop?
I don't know. I mean, I still think of Bud's as mom and pop because they live here. They own the restaurants. They started them here. They're Palm Beach County. To me,
they've got 7.
They've got 6 or 7.
6, yeah.
6. I think they closed one of them.
Oh, they did. Okay.
I mean, to me, that's still local. That's mom and pop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's when you get bought up by a chain. I was wondering because I was reading something the other day. They were talking about the new Elizabeth's that is going to be opening up in downtown West Palm Beach.
Okay.
It's that amazing place that is right on the Intercoastal that they used to have the hotel space. It's right by the Bend.
Yes.
Which is a new hotel. It's going to be opening up in January, and it's going to be an amazing place. But it's owned by a restaurant group, and I saw that they now own Rocco's Tacos.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so, Rocco, I knew Rocco when I first got to town. He was a bar back, and I was doing nightclub stuff across the street, and then he winds up opening up Rocco's Tacos. And
is that the story of Rocco?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's got, places everywhere, and I saw Rocco about a year ago, and he's still very much involved with his places. At least it was a year ago. But I saw that he's part of this restaurant chain now that has the Louis Bossies, and they have the Elizabethas, and they have the Rocco's Tacos. And so, I guess he started, and you would have considered him when he had just his place on Clematis as a mom and pop.
Okay, that's big time restaurant group. Yes, I know what you're talking about now. Wow, okay.
So then I assume you're no longer mom and pop, right? When you're part of a conglomerate that has 3 successful chains. Now, they may be predominantly in South Florida, but still, when you're a regional chain.
They've got more than that. They've got Grease, City Cellar, Louis Bossi's, Rocco Tacos, Elizabeth's, City Oyster, Big City Tavern, Barrio.
And all those places pretty much started here in South Florida, but they've all kind of gotten under this one conglomerate now.
Did Rocco's Tacos and Gardens burn down?
What?
There's a comment in the chat room, and then I pulled it up in the story. It says a fire erupted early Monday at Rocco's Tacos in Palm Beach Gardens. The fire started before dawn at the PJ Commons location along PJ Boulevard.
I didn't hear that.
That's according to WFLX.com.
Yeah, he's right. I'm looking at it right now.
Burnt down or just had a fire?
It says burned down.
What?
That's what it's causing extensive damage. A fire started in the the kitchen.
Damn.
Dang.
The businesses above was also damaged.
That's a residential thing, too, in that PGA Commons.
Yeah, there's
That's
there's
scary.
pictures of it.
Panda used to live in there. Panda used to live above Vic and Angelo's.
I remember I helped them move a couch.
Sure, that was fun.
It was terrible.
And I had seen Rocco's closed his location in Brooklyn. So
What's
Yeah,
weird,
I did see that.
You were bringing up Rocco's, and then I saw the comment in the chat room from Grant, one of our KVJ Nationers. I thought you were going to bring it up, and I'm like, let's see if this is real.
Wow.
That's weird, man.
that is interesting. Yeah, that stuff fascinates me. I mean, I love South Florida. I love all the great businesses that we have, and so it's always kind of been a focus of mine. And what is on my mind today? This whole story has sucked me in because it's kind of fascinating. Have you seen that huge shell of a building that is going up in downtown West Palm Beach? It's just kind of been sitting there since before the pandemic. It is a double skyscraper that they're putting up. And Jeff Green, who is a billionaire in Palm Beach, and he's put up a lot of stuff, owns a ton of real estate. He's one of those self-made guys, just started off, flipping houses basically, and now he's a billionaire. And they had stopped construction on it. And it was just a shell of a building. I was kind of reading, it's just fascinating how the business of that goes, where he wanted to make some adjustments, and the city was like, no, we're not going to be able to do that. You can't just go ahead and change your plans halfway through. So he's like, you know what? I'm not going to build anymore. And it basically, I was reading into it, it could have sat there for 10 years, just kind of as an eyesore of an unbuilt skyscraper. And so, my wife and I always do the walks in downtown West Palm Beach, and I always look at it. Sure enough, it's been sitting there since April. No construction, no cranes, no nothing. I'm wondering if 5 years from now, if it's still going to be sitting there like that.
I was driving by the one over by closer to the Brightline station. There's another one that's going up right over there.
Yeah.
And I was reading the sign, and it says, so many hundreds of thousands of feet of commercial real estate in the building. And I'm like thinking, commercial real estate? I mean, everybody's like downsizing their commercial real estate right now.
Yeah.
Is that really a smart thing? Like, why can't they flip their plans if they were going to be a commercial real estate building? Why can't they go to residential?
I think that kind of had something to do with the Jeff Green skyscraper. The exact reason
I'm on Jeff's side.
Starting with the pandemic, yeah, because the city of West Palm wants the office space because they want to try to draw businesses down. And there's a big hedge fund group from New York City that is going to be relocating to West Palm Beach, and they're going to be renting out some space. And so West Palm is always trying to bring more businesses in, so they want the business space that's going on. Jeff Green is like, hey, I want to make sure I have a place that is going to be filled, because if I build this, because they got an exemption because they went over in West Palm Beach, if you're in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, they don't have this. You can build as high as you want.
Right.
But in West Palm Beach, you have to cap the building sizes. They're still doing that stuff because they don't want to be Miami or Fort Lauderdale. And so they got an exemption. This is a tall building for downtown West Palm Beach. And he was like, I don't want all this office space sitting empty. So he's going to have a hotel and apartments in that building. And so that was just kind of the play that I saw between he and the mayor of West Palm Beach. And I was kind of fascinated by, he's like, I'm not going to build for 10 years. And then it sounds like concessions have been made, and the mayor is going to be like, all right, we'll let you do this and make adjustments to that. But they didn't want developers to be able to always do this, where they start a project, get up the skeleton, and they say, we're not going to build anymore unless you give us what we want.
This is a global pandemic, though. I think we have to recognize that everybody, including this radio station, downsized their commercial property. Like, we took less property in a new agreement with this building. We are downsizing. Everybody's downsizing.
We lost half of our wing. I can't.
The whole wing is gone.
I can't make a right in the hallway because I'm in someone else's room now.
So I think that's kind of what went down with it. And so if you've been looking at that saying, oh my gosh, it's going to sit here for a while, it will be completed summer of 2022, so a year and a half. If you do look at that building every single day, if you work in downtown West Palm Beach, you'll be like, what's going on with this thing?
The rent's going to be through the roof.
Oh, it's going to be crazy, because they were talking about some of the adjustments. The water views are amazing. You can see the ocean from there, the intercoastal.
Wow.
And what he wants to do is put sliding glass doors that would open up onto terraces. So imagine your office, if you were looking at the ocean, then you could just open up the doors and walk out onto a terrace and get that sea breeze.
That's so much money. It's so much money.
Which is fun for the bird, but for everybody else.
I'll take a bottom floor. I'm a good lobby kind of guy. I like the lobby of these
You're
buildings.
a lobby guy.
Yes.
He's a lobby guy.
I love the lobbies.
Okay. Well, if you're worried about rents, mortgages, all that kind of good stuff, we've got something great for you. Well, we'll pay your mortgage for a year. Home for the holidays. That's basically what it is all about. And all you need to do is go into WRMF.com. You can go and you can sign up. And with Scott Smith Injury Law, you could have your mortgage paid for an entire year. Somebody wanted to hit us up with a quick correction from the conversation we were having earlier about Rocco. Somebody said, as the media always does, they lie. Rocco's did not burn all the way down. It had a fire in the kitchen area and was contained. There is some damage to the establishment that can be repaired. No other structures were damaged. My cousin is lieutenant with Palm Beach Fire Department. So there you go. Just to clarify.
Getting answers.
There you go.
I'm glad. That's good news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why would they say that it burned to the ground then?
It says it burned down in that article. You know how the news is. They like the...
Okay. All right. So just a kitchen fire, apparently.
That's good then.
Yeah, that is very good. Let me see. Coming up here on the show in just a couple of minutes, apparently Jaybird and Dennys, they had a very frightful time. Somebody threatened their lives.
I've never seen my boy this shook up before. He was a little out of it.
Wow.
It was weird, man.
Who in the heck would threaten death on Sweet Denny's, Virginia?
Oh boy, was this like at work or outside the building?
You're hooked, aren't you? You want to hear what happened?
I do.
Somebody has threatened the lives of Jaybird and Dennys. Jaybird, I get. No.
Well, it's funny enough. I was more in the room. Denny's really got the brunt of it.
Did this happen at work?
No, at my home.
In your house?
There's kind of a backstory, and he's gonna explain to you some of the etiquette where it comes with video games. I never knew any of this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're playing video games and somebody threatens your life?
I was. So the new Combat League started in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, boy.
And it's an incentive. What they do is the game encourages you to fight real players, and then you get points, and you can use those points to get exclusive items. So when combat season comes out, everybody takes it very seriously because you can lose points or get points.
So when you say combat season, that means you're playing other people out in the world that you don't know.
You have to do best out of 3, and it's and all of your stats are kept, and it's kept in their database, and it's for everyone to see. And as you move up those ranks, the higher you get, a lot of people, what they try to do is get really high ranks. That way they can be invited to tournaments and stuff where they can compete for money, and that's
yeah.
What's your ranking looking like?
I'm pretty low, but I average about a 60% win. So I'm 60-40 is my typical average in fighting games.
You win more than you lose.
Doing us proud.
Yeah, he's training. He's getting better.
That's good.
Yes, and that's what it's all about is training up. So you have to take it very seriously because people online take it real seriously.
Well, thank goodness you've made the commitment.
Well, there's this whole etiquette of things you can and cannot do while you're playing.
Well, so a lot of the times, unless you got your microphone and everything set up, which a lot of casual players don't, you have no way of communicating with who you're playing with. So there's subtle things you can do in a match to show either respect or disrespect to the other player. So if somebody in the first match, after they beat you, if they do a finishing move, that's a disrespectful move because you have another match. You still have to do best out of 3.
You're not finished.
You're not finished.
Don't pull your finishing move out just yet.
Exactly. Virginia's got it. If you're doing that,
I'm locked and loaded.
it's a cocky move because you're showing that, oh, I'm not afraid of you. I can kill you. I'm going to kill you next round too. So it's immediate, slap in the face. And there's other things you could do. A term in video games when somebody gets killed or you kill somebody, you go over their body and you duck 4 times quickly over them, and that symbolizes that you're teabagging them. It's a very disrespectful move in video games.
Kevin, that's the kind of move that really sets these gamers off.
People lose their mind.
It's the equivalent of someone calling you a name in person. It's a big deal.
Big time etiquette here, like golf, like any other sport.
It's very arrogant.
If you're a serious gamer, you just don't do this thing.
You just don't do this.
And you don't put up with it if somebody does it to you.
Well, so in first round, if somebody does a teabag animation, you can finish them, you can brutality them, you can do anything you want because now they've thrown the gauntlet.
Right.
But you never do it first. You try to be a respectful player. You play, and then in the last match, then you can
start the fight, you finish the fight.
Exactly.
I believe in that.
So I was playing this guy, and there's terms in Mortal Kombat where if they're up right by a rank up, there's more at stake. You can get more points or you can lose more points because they're about to rank up. So if you take that from them, you get a lot of points, and they lose points, and it's very offensive. So you don't, already I could see that this guy was up for a rank up, and I was like, oh, God, he's going to be playing very aggressively.
So this guy's running hot.
Yeah.
He's running hot already.
You can already tell. It's kind of like on social media, there are certain different photos people can have, and you know that person's probably more aggressive if they have like a really like jacked up truck or something.
If
You're
they've
like,
got a truck backed up in a parking spot, they're probably
same
a
thing on
douche.
video games. You can start to see that maybe that's the personality behind it. They might be a little high strung.
Yes.
So do you have the microphone and all that set up?
I don't,
You
because I
don't.
typically don't communicate with anyone. I play a more casual, I guess you say.
Well, I'm not kidding you. Just like Denny's is in his real life, he's very peaceful and respectful. He won't kill an animal in the game. These games,
Yeah,
he plays,
games I don't kill
I'm like,
animals.
Hey, Denny's, when I kill that bull, looks like he's about to charge you. He's like, oh no, I don't kill the animals.
I
It's like,
typically
damn,
don't.
you really take these video games.
I typically don't.
He's got a whole code.
Well, I won't even finish people. Even if I win all three, I will just go up and kick him in the leg and end it and just move on because I'm all for the points.
Okay.
I'm just
I
doing
never
it.
knew any of this where there's these silent little languages you can do and moves that are communicating with the other player. Like, did you hear of the squat thing before?
I don't know any of this
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a gamer. I don't know any of this.
Well, so the first match, I annihilated him. He was playing his Cabal. I beat him, and I could tell he got irked by that. So you have the option if you lose to change your character, and I have to keep my character. It's just how it works. So he comes back with a character who's known for being kind of like a pain in the butt, kind of like an arrogant character, which is Aaron Black.
Oh, he's going to bring out the big guns.
He switched to somebody that people typically switch to when they're trying to annoy you or because they're pissed off at you.
okay, wow,
I
amazing
know.
how many layers there
Aaron
are.
Black
in
and
these video
Scorpion.
I thought
games.
the same
It's
thing.
unreal.
Aaron Black, Scorpion, two characters people will
Aaron Black,
infamously switch to when they're annoyed.
Okay.
Well, so the match is going. I beat him the first round. The second round comes up, and he is so annoyed. He stands on the other screen and just starts shooting. Doesn't do any other move. Just keeps shooting me. And I'm just sitting there because I can't do anything. I'm like, oh my God, this is so annoying. And I can tell he's trying to annoy me with that, right?
Yeah.
So he beats me that round. So I'm kind of annoyed. So this one, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get close and attack him. Well, we get down to where we both have about 30% life left. And that's where, I mean, it's scary.
It's do or die.
It's do or die.
Well, this is the gamer.
It separates the men from the boys.
So in an act of arrogance, he came up, started his combo, 2 hits, did 4 ducks in front of me, which is to show that he's about to disrespect me. And he went for his super move, which I
Teabag's coming.
he did it to show that he was going to finish me and teabag me after he beat me. He was alluding to it already. So
He better put that thing away. It ain't over yet.
yeah.
Here comes Big D.
I block his super move and I do a combo for 35% of his health, which kills him. And I run up real quick and I did the teabag because I was so annoyed.
Oh, Denny's teabagging people.
Typically not.
I would never do
He's
that.
not a teabagger.
You were provoked. I fully endorse the teabag.
Well, he turns his microphone on and he starts yelling at me because I don't have my mic, but he had his mic. He turns it on. You can do it real quick if you want. And he says some of the craziest things I've ever heard, but with the most aggressive tone, telling me he's going to hunt me down and kill me.
He said, I'm going to find out where you live. I'm going to find everything out about you, and I'm going to end your life.
He's
I'm
like,
going to come and find you and kill you.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to end you. You're cheap shot and
I know
all
how to-
sorts of bad words, like with the most aggressive tone. I haven't been threatened in a long time.
He goes, I'll be able to find out where you live, and I will end your life.
I'm going to come down there, hunt you down, and end your life. He's like, I'm going to stare in your eyes and end your life.
I've done this before. I found people where people live at before.
He's killed before?
He's yelling.
He's saying he knows how to find people. I found out where people live before. I can do it to you.
He's like, you cheap shot. Oh, he's yelling. And I just froze and I went down and exited the game and turned off the system.
Has this ever been a story where a gamer has hunted down another gamer?
Yeah,
and
gamers
hurt
have
them?
shot and killed other gamers at tournaments.
Well, then-
really?
Yeah, it's been a news story.
Well, that's at a tournament, but poor sweet Denny's, the color from his face just leaves, and we're on the
I was
net.
like-
Now we're on the internet looking up
but
things.
he didn't have a lot of color to begin with.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
right. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't. Yeah, tan.
It's very
But
pale.
we're both on the net going, all right, can somebody trace you and find out where you live while you're playing video games? And we don't know.
Well, screw this. Let's trace him. How can you find him?
I guess that's the question.
Yeah.
Can you actually trace or find out where somebody lives at if you're playing video games with them?
I don't have any of my information on there. I was like, is this guy going to find me and hunt me down? Because he sounded
Well,
real
I think
serious.
the worst part of this may not even be the death. It's going to be the teabagging he does to you when he kills
my
you.
He's a guy
corpse.
that's going to absolutely bring art into real life.
Yeah, I can take it on a video game. In real life,
I've been yelled at and made fun, or yelled at in games and called all sorts of names before, and I'm like, all right,
Dirty
whatever.
hippie.
Yes, especially especially from kids. Kids got real foul mouths these days.
But you're not very intimidated by a little
No,
kid.
not at
You're like,
all.
all right, whatever.
This guy had something different in his voice.
He sounded like he was serious.
Well, 2020 probably broke him, and this is the final straw.
Well, my man was about to level up, and he didn't level up. Dennys took that from him.
Oh my! He lost his mind. I turned it off. Bird was talking to me later, and I couldn't even hear him. I was in my head just thinking about how I'm going to get murdered by this guy.
It was quite shook up.
It took me
believe it,
about
yeah.
an hour to come down from that.
I just wanted the microphone to work on our end because I wanted
You
to
wanna go back at him?
Yes, I wanted to get
Well, I was like,
into
I don't
it
have the
with
mic hooked up because he wanted to yell at him, and I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I'm like, this guy's going to kill me.
I wanted a piece of him because that's fun. I used to do that when Twigs and Klepto from the snack pack, they'd always play Uno, and I would just sit with the headset and just talk trash to everybody online, and it's so fun, Kevin. It's so fun.
And Uno.
At Uno.
Video game Uno?
Video game Uno. It's so fun
It is.
to talk trash because what you get in their head to go, dude, you're telegraphing your moves. We all see it. The whole chat room sees it. You're like, oh no.
Wow. Crazy.
Is any of your info on your gaming system?
So I don't. I'm pretty paranoid about all that. But I mean, you do have to sign up an account because just like the Apple Store, you do make purchases through there. So I mean, it does have mild. I don't know if they could find access. I don't know if I'm just being paranoid. I've just never been threatened like that ever. I mean, I've been threatened in games, but more, I didn't believe him.
Right. This guy
Yeah.
had a different tone.
He had a way different to where I froze. I panicked. I legit panicked.
Well, when someone
felt
says
like a bitch.
they're going to do the legwork to find you and murder you, and I've done this before.
Yeah.
I not only fear for my own safety, but the safety of my wife and cats.
Yeah. Teabagging
Oh
is
man,
terrible.
it shook me.
Wow. It's crazy. The video game stuff gets people passionate. I know the PS5 stuff. People are going nuts for that. In fact,
yeah.
somebody had sent in a text to us and they said, I got the PS5 and I'm a gamer and I didn't realize the experience apparently is that amazing. He was just blown away by the PS5.
Someone was calling us out saying, you guys, they're not going for $1,800. They absolutely are on the black market. They're going for it.
If you go on offer up, it's like 18.
I'm only just telling you the guy we ran into, we asked him and my wife was like, hey, I'll buy the other one. He's like, real talk, $1,800. So I'm just telling you my own personal experience.
With a guy holding the
he was
device.
holding it in his hand, and if I wanted it, I had to pay $1,800. So
That's
wait.
pretty much fair market value.
And when someone's trying to sell you something, if they lead off the conversation with, all right, real talk,
talk.
there's some kind of scam involved.
Real talk means you're going to be real broke.
You're paying a lot.
yeah, there was no way around that. So that's what I had to deal with. I did hear a couple of people chatting about how to get a PS5. In fact, somebody sent us an email and said, maybe here's some info on if you guys wanted to track one down, because yesterday we had a conversation about a dude that broke his roommates, and his roommate is like, I want a new PS5, and he's like, I can't find one for, less than like $1,200 or $1,800, and he's like, you paid $500 for that. He's like, that's not fair that I'd have to pay $1,800. So if you are in the market for a PS5, if you know any tricks, I'll share the email that we got. Maybe this will crack the code for you if you're looking for one. Details next. Yeah, talking about the death threat given to Dennys while gaming. Somebody said that, some of that stuff actually is legit. You can, through the IP address, track somebody down. That's where you get the swatting. I was like, oh, geez, okay.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, people are saying, well, why was Denny scared of a kid? This was not a kid. This was a grown man.
I've been threatened by many kids. I don't mind that.
This guy
Yeah.
sounded like he was in his 40s.
Yeah, they say that because the IP address, just like a computer, if he's tech savvy, you can use that to track somebody down, find out where they are. I mean, hopefully you're not going to let a loss at a video game alter your life to the point where you're going to go take somebody else's.
I don't know, dog. He was about to level up.
He did have a level of at risk.
So on your IP, how much info is there?
Well, so the IP would be through, I have Comcast, so they could look up my number and probably through that IP address look up the information of who holds that account.
I don't know if I like that.
Come on, people.
But you got to be relatively savvy for that.
And you got to have an insider at Comcast, right?
Plus, I mean, so if I'm playing, I mean, they did make it now so that if you play on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, you can interact with each other. But if he's on PlayStation, I can't imagine he's going to track my IP.
That'd be a good concept for a movie. Have they not done that yet? Where a guy's playing some guy, they're gaming, and then the whole movie's him trying to hunt him down because he lost.
Let's write the script,
Yeah.
Jbird.
Who's gonna level up? And I want your face.
The movie's called Level Up.
I love it.
Cheeseburg.
I know. Well, we'll sit down. We'll have a meeting.
I think we're having it.
Well, I got a son that is a gamer. That's all he does all the time. Is he just loves playing the video games, and he's on there with his friends, and they mainly play the sport ones. But yeah, I know that getting the new PS5, that is one of the hot things. And Lisa's even said, yeah, I saw one on eBay yesterday for $1,800. So if people get them for the $500, they're trying to resell them. Some people will buy them for $1,800. Corey in the chat room said, I saw one going for $900 on StockX. I did look at the price, and it's like $499, $500 if you get it true retail. But that's the problem, is how do you get it true retail? Now, somebody sent us an email and said that there's a couple different things that you can do. They said if you go to nowinstock.net, you will get a ping when stock is available. So because a lot of it, people are waiting online for inventory to be available, and that's when you can buy. But you're sitting there for hours upon hours, like a whole day. You might sit there for 10 hours, 12 hours, waiting for them to release a few more PS5s. And some people are, trying to work and keep a desktop over them. It's kind of annoying. They said if you go to nowinstock.net, they'll ping you to say, hey, stock is available. Boom, go on to it. And I guess what you do is you go on to the Sony website on Sony Direct, and then they put you in a queue in a virtual line, and you just then keep your computer open to that screen, and then when it's time to buy, then you have the right to buy for the $500.
So I'm in that virtual line as well.
Oh, you are? Okay.
All right, guys, do you have any questions about that? Come on.
It was one of the first things I did.
Of course he is. No.
He's going to ping.
Eventually.
And then somebody else said, check out Ant Online, ANTONLINE.com, that they actually have some in stock, and you can actually check their Twitter. AntOnline.com is them on Twitter, and you can go in there, and they're releasing some, and they've got pretty good inventory on the PS5s.
You wonder if Sony's just trying to make, milk this moment.
Doing
Because
the
they have
McRib kind of a thing, getting people all hot and bothered with their product.
Well, they have to do
Yes.
this. This is part of the demand of it, and, it gets people talking about it, because you would think if you can anticipate that we would sell 5 million units of the PS5, that you would take that time, and then when you get to 5 million, then you'd be like, okay, let's release it. But they are doing all this timed release stuff to keep people motivated. It's the work that goes into trying to buy it. If it were just easy and you could walk in anywhere and get a PS5, the demand wouldn't be there, and people wouldn't be going crazy and threatening Denny's life.
So it says here, Ant Online. Follow us on Twitter at antonline.com, and you'll get upcoming notices of stock releases. Right now, it's sold out, and when it goes back up, it's going to be $829.
Does that look like
They marked it up then on that site.
Yeah, I was
they
just saying that site looks shady.
What, Ant Online?
Ant Online?
Yes.
I don't know.
It sounds
Hey,
shady.
and look, I mean, just the pictures on there look like they're stolen. I don't know.
Interesting stuff. Well, if anybody's got any kind of insight on it, because Corey said that now in stock is super slow, and by the time you get that ping, they're already gone. So
Damn.
I had the Walmart ping and the Newegg ping, and both of them, by the time you get that message and log on, it's already gone. You kind of just have to be ready.
Look, gaming ain't easy.
Jay Spades in the chat room says you need to go to Offer Up.
Oh yeah, you can get a PS5 and a possibly murder case there going
That's
on.
where I
Is
see
that
them
what that
mark
is?
it up.
Okay.
It can get weird. That we've had some weird moments with offer up people.
Well, because you're buying from people locally
You have to go to their house.
Right.
or a parking lot.
There was a story yesterday about a guy who showed up. He had the PS5. He was going to sell it. And these two big dudes get out of the car with a crowbar and they take it.
Oh jeez.
What are you going to do if you're not ready for that?
So they're offering up ass beating.
you don't actually fight as good as the guy in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, we went to a house before for some furniture for offer up. It got weird.
Yeah, and somebody said you got to watch out too, because I've been seeing a lot of talk of people just selling PS5 boxes on eBay, and then you just get an empty box with like a brick in it, and it won't even be the gaming system.
That is some cold stuff
People
right
selling
there.
pictures too. You realize you just bought the photograph of the PS5.
So you can't trust anybody. That's what I've learned in 2020.
That's
Just
why.
wait till January.
That's why I stick with the old school Nintendo, Virginia.
Somebody said Mercari is a place. They will sell them for cheaper. You can check out. And if you're looking for the PS5, somebody else said that you need to follow Wario64. That's WARIO64 on Twitter. That they've got the insider information on the stocks and where you can get all of it before it launches. So I
check
don't
it
know.
out.
That's just what
I
the
don't
people
know.
are saying.
Someone just tricked Kevin into saying their Twitter handle.
I know. They're like, sweet, I got 40 new followers. Kevin's dumb.
All right, so there you go. If you got any other thoughts on how to get your hands on a PS5, we'll try to pass it on to people so that you can hopefully get yours for the holidays. Okie dokie. A few celebrity birthdays to let you know about today. Happy birthday to Tiffany Haddish, turning 41 years old today. Brendan Fraser, what happened to that dude? He used to be in The Mummy. A couple other great movies like Biodome. He's 52 today. And Ozzy Osbourne, who is probably right now watching Jaybird's Ghost video. He's turning 72.
Is that all he is?
72, I know, yeah.
Huh.
He looks like he's 92, but...
I thought he was honestly in his 80s. And I don't mean that disrespectful.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I just thought...
I get why you would think that. Yeah. A lifetime of partying will wear you down a little bit.
Ozzy still got some life in him.
Yeah. Got some birthday shout-outs to Jamie Mama Duck from the YouTube chat. A lot of love from the Pickle Squad. Angie had sent that in. Also, my son Christian and I are huge fans of the show. Listen every morning on our way to school, and he is turning 15. Mary Beth sent that in. This is from Oktoberfest a couple years ago. A photo with Virginia and Jaybird there.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I loved his hat.
Adorable kid.
I remember that. Man, I got man boobs in that picture. What? Thanks for the heads up on that one, Virginia. Those things are popping.
I've been telling you, you need to wear those Manx. It sucks everything in. Dude, I swear by Spanx. Manx is just Spanx for dudes.
Yeah, there you go. Also, a happy birthday wish to Michaela. She is 10 years old, and Virginia, you are her favorite. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I love her.
That's from Mom, Josh, Declan, Lexi, and Luna, Nana, Papa, Grandma, Kathy, and Mimi. So, happy birthday. You want a birthday shout out on the KVJ Show, just let us know about it. Send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail @kvjshow.com. Oh, I love making playlists. So, of course, I've got a Christmas playlist that I have on my phone, play every single year. And the one thing I will tell you is there are a lot of different versions of every single Christmas song that is out there. And I was kind of listening to a lot of them last night. And to me, there is a winner for a lot of these different categories. You may have a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and there's 18 different people that do it, but there's one that's like that, without a doubt, that is the one.
Definitely, I mean, have yourself a Merry Little Christmas. There's one that nails it better than anybody. I think we all would agree. It's Billy Joel.
Okay.
That's not biased at all.
So what I will say today with the KVJ draft, we're going to be doing the best Christmas songs. I believe that you should be able to pick some song, like if somebody says Silent Night.
A specific version?
Yes, it's the artist that you choose, because I did notice, in fact, last night I was going through and there was, I think it was Boys to Men maybe had done one or somebody like that, and it was too much of a...
Well, the Silent Night can go on for like 9 minutes.
I was like, I know y'all got good voices, but it was too much, so I had to get another version of Silent Night. So you could pick that and go Silent Night, Boys to Men, and somebody be like, that's...
Okay, we're going specific versions.
You got to go with the artist. Yeah.
Interesting.
That did it.
Very interesting.
Like, for instance, like last Christmas, Ariana Grande remade that song.
Gosh.
But if you choose Wham or Ariana Grande, to me, that's a massive difference. I'm going to be giving you more credit if you choose the Wham version than the Ariana Grande, personally. So we'll see. That's the rules of today's KVJ draft. Drawing out the cards to see who is going to go in which order here today for the best Christmas songs of all time. I drew a 6 of hearts. Virginia, what did you get over there?
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay, so you're not going to be going first. I think first is going to help out today.
I do think you're
you're
right.
right.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Whoever gets last, they're going to be stuck with a rumpa-pum-pum.
No thanks. I'm never picking that song.
No.
You could hold a gun to my head.
Worst Christmas song ever.
Amen.
What'd you get?
I got a 10.
Okay, all right, Denny's.
I got a 9.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it
what
goes
about,
Bird, Denny.
What about Suits?
Oh.
Suits got a 7.
Suits got a 7. Okay, so it goes Jaybird, Denny's, Suits, Kev, and then V is last.
Damn
pick.
it.
Last pick.
Virginia Rumpa Pum Pum Sinicki.
All the good songs are going to be taken.
That's true.
Okay, all right, let's start this thing. Bird, you get to kick us off here. What is going to be the overall first pick in the KVJ draft for the best Christmas songs?
Team Jaybird picks Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, Denny's my hype man. He liked it.
Yeah, he's really fired up about it. You can see all the enthusiasm and excitement from Denny's over there.
I love the holidays.
Okay. You can tell.
You sound so amped.
Yeah. Okay, next up, we've got Denny's. What is going to be your pick?
I'm gonna pick Wham's Last Christmas.
Ah, jeez.
I mean,
That, to me, that's a message. That's an in your face to Kevin Ralston right there.
That's good.
well,
what
it's just so popular, and I know that the draw helps in this one.
Yeah, it does. That was
You
a
did
good
Christmas in Hollis is also a Kevin choice.
I'm just trying to.
You both took his favorite songs.
It's too.
It's a rough and tumble game, Virginia. There's only the big boys in this one.
You're getting kicked around.
Yeah, rough
You're
and tumble
getting
game.
teabagged.
That's the way it goes. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
And if we were playing a video game.
If you were
playing a
playing
video game.
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat, that
They
move,
would be doing that.
fighting move.
Let's see if Suits is going to teabag me too. Suits, what are you going to be picking here for the KVJ draft?
I'm sorry, Virginia. All I Want for Christmas, Mariah Carey.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a big one.
Oh, that's
It's on my list.
favorite.
Appreciate you guys leaving that.
I forgot that.
The kids love it too because now Bieber's on a version of it with her. I mean, it's going to be timeless.
Yeah.
Smart, Suits.
Damn it, Suits.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Denny's tried to get me by taking Last Christmas, but the song that kept it out of number one was Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid.
Oh, it's on my list too.
Yeah, so obviously the Brits know that that's a better song, so I'm going to choose Do They Know It's Christmas with my first pick.
Oh, he's so cocky.
He is.
I'm just letting you know the facts.
Christmas
Teabagging us all.
cocky.
Just letting you know the facts. All right, Virginia, you got Mariah Carey is off the board. I'm sure that would have been your number one pick. So you're going to have to go with something else. What are you going to choose here for your Christmas draft?
I think I'm going to take It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, Michael Bublé.
Oh, and just like that, Virginia lost the tournament.
That's such a good version.
It's such a great version.
It's a good. I'm just messing with you.
You're
He's
mad.
trolling.
I'm trolling. I'm trying to stir the pot over here. Come on, it's KVJ draft.
Okay, you get the next pick as well, Virginia.
I'm going to take Santa Baby,
Okay.
the OG original Santa Baby.
Okay. Would that be there's actually Eartha Kitt? Is that the one you want?
Yeah,
Or-
that's the one I want.
It
That's-
sounds real old.
I like it. It matches my skin.
That's the best one, yeah.
That is the best one.
Someone's got the Christmas blues.
Okay, boy. All right. With the next pick, I am going to go with. I'm going to go Brenda Lee's Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Maybe we'll have some bleeping pie.
Yeah, that's
love
a
that
fun
line.
one. Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, back to you, Suits. What's going to be your next pick?
I'm going to take the original Feliz Navidad.
Oh,
that's a
Jose
good one.
Feliciano.
Suits is sending a message.
He is. That's a great pick. I almost went with that. Denny's, what are you going to go with?
I'm gonna go with Tony Bennett's Most Wonderful Time. I don't know if you guys like that track.
Yeah,
It's just classic.
it is good. It works. All right, Bird, it's back to you for the next two picks here in our draft.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Okay.
Okay, the Grinch song. I don't know the words, but you mean one, Mr. Grinch? I thought, no, all right. I
Mr. Green.
thought I'd get a different reaction for that one. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch, Kevin.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Okay, got that. All right, and you get one more pick.
Boy.
Maybe your final one here. I know, it's tough.
Rum pum pum pum.
Denny's, I swear. I think I might pick it now.
No.
No, you can't. Don't do it.
I'm going to go Jingle Bell Rock by Hall & Oates.
Okay.
Is this thing on? Did I just blow
I
it?
think everybody got
Okay.
I think I
quiet.
blew it with
Yeah,
every-
you can have it.
I never heard that one.
Can I please take my pick back? Can I
No,
do it again?
nope. It's
Picks
already etched in stone.
I actually
Yeah.
hate my last 2 picks.
Denny's, what is going to be your final pick?
So I'm going with a personal favorite, and this one's a little more obscure, but it is a very, very good song. Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues. It is a Christmas track.
Okay.
What?
So me and Denny we're trying to lose ratings right now.
Somebody will back me up on that track.
We're trying to just completely shut down the show.
Wow. Okay, Suits, what are you going to finish off with here in your Christmas song draft?
I don't know if it's going to win me the tournament, but it just doesn't feel right if I leave Christmas shoes on the table.
Oh,
Good pick.
That's right.
Oh, you
better.
had
That's
to.
coming up in a few weeks.
You better
Annual
sing.
tradition here.
I got to start practicing.
Do you want the original version or do you want your version? Because I think Suits' version of Christmas Shoes.
Amen.
I think Suits' version will actually win the tournament. You're right. You should take his.
I think you should
I'll
choose
take my
your.
own version.
Take
Yeah.
your own version because you nail it.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
was
right
the right
move.
call.
You might have just won the tournament.
Damn, Suits.
Good stuff.
How are we going to compete with that?
You can't.
He picked himself.
I know it's good.
Dang. All right, I'm going to, with my final pick, I'm going to go with Holly Jolly Christmas, the Burl Ives version. It's from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It's a good pick.
And it's a classic for me, so I got to go with that one. And Virginia, you got the final pick of the KVJ draft. What are you going to add to your playlist here?
I know y'all might not like this one, but this is my jam. Whenever I hear this come on, I love it. Dolly Parton sang it last night, but I like the version Mary Did You Know by the Pentatonics. Oh, I love it.
Okay, Mary, did you know?
Wow, so it's a dead heat for last place between me, Virginia, and Denny's. It's the battle of awful. Kevin and Suits are the 2 top. There's no doubt about it.
So smug.
Okay. Yeah, Suits is looking strong. He's got Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, Feliz Navidad, and his version of Christmas Shoes.
I mean, that's just
I
A-list.
have to vote for that, and I'm competing against him.
I think he got my vote.
I've got Do They Know It's Christmas, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, and Holly Jolly Christmas.
That's your number 2.
That's your number 2.
Good.
Denny's has got Last Christmas, Most Wonderful Time, and Fairy Tale of New York.
The last one really brings him down.
It's so
Yeah.
obscure.
People know that song. We'll find out. I'm gonna get last.
Bird has got Christmas in Hollis, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, and then Jingle Bell Rock, the Hall & Oates version.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see what Christmas Miracle.
4th place.
I think I'm 4th. I think Denny's is definitely
No,
5th.
get out of here. You got 5th.
And Virginia's got It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, Michael Bublé, the Santa Baby, Eartha Kitt version, and then Mary Did You Know, Pentatonics version. Okay. All right, there was obviously just a gazillion great songs that we did not get chosen. So we're going to post that up on the KVJ Show Facebook page, and you can start your voting for who you think has the best 3-song mix. All right, now that we set the stage, it's time for Denny's to jump right on it. With a little joke jury here. You ready to laugh? Oh, yeah. Okay.
The song is so depressing.
Hey, put me in a lull.
It's not the best
Yeah.
lead into comedy.
No, it's
I
terrible.
know. I don't really play it often. I saw it. I was like, I've erased it 800 times. I'm
Imagine,
gonna have to.
imagine going to the improv, you're sitting down, and they play that song right before the comedian comes
Doesn't really
on.
fit our vibe.
Yeah, you should have erased it 801.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for that
Yeah,
track.
we'll put a ban on that one.
Yeah.
Morning turd.
Gosh.
It's a little.
Oh my gosh.
I am ready to curl up in the
People are
corner.
going to fall asleep on 95, and that's going to be on you, Kevin.
Like, I'm legit sad now.
Okay, all right. I'll
a
never
lay.
play it again. Now Randy will know why. Okay, here we go. We're going to serve as the jury here today. We let Denny's know what works and what does not work. He's got the comedy. What do we got with joke 1, Denny's?
All right. What do you do if a troop of circus clowns attacks you?
I don't know. What do you do?
Aim for the juggler.
Yeah, for the juggler.
Oh, it's a fighting joke, too, which you're good at on
wow.
Mortal Kombat.
Not in real life, but Mortal Kombat.
Teabag.
Killing it on Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat. Leveling up.
Yeah.
Getting teabagged.
Okay.
All right, second joke. What do you call a manatee that supports social justice?
I don't know. What do you call a manatee that supports social justice?
A PC cow.
Oh,
That's a thinker.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Sea cow. Manatees are called sea cow.
That's
okay?
that smart comedy.
It is. It is almost too smart for me.
Let's see. Third joke. What happens if a Lumberjacks album sells more than 2 million copies?
I don't know what happens.
It goes platinum.
Platinum.
They wear plaid.
Oh,
They always wear flannel.
They do.
That was a stretch.
go for the juggler.
It was cold in here. Now it's hot.
Oh.
Okay, next.
Fourth joke. What do northern elks use to style their hair?
I love this setup.
I don't know. What do they use?
Moose.
Yes, northern elk. It's
Yes,
a moose.
it's a
right?
moose.
Yes.
And final joke for you guys. Why do British people love butts?
I don't know. Why do they love butts?
Because they're cheeky.
It's
Oh, cheeky.
a little British humor.
Little British humor for you guys.
Our one British listener in Fort Lauderdale loves that. There you go. All right. Pretty solid round there. Very nice. Yesterday, we talked about a very interesting proposal that had come in for Jaybird from one of our listeners. She talked about how her sister is now dating her ex-boyfriend, and they're going to be coming down from New York on December 23rd for a family dinner. And she was offering Jaybird $500 to play her boyfriend at this dinner for 5 hours so that she doesn't look like, oh, I don't have a boyfriend and I'm,
$500 for a one-night acting gig. That's a good deal.
It's a crazy situation.
It is a crazy situation, and we talked over the pros and cons of this yesterday, and you come up with a list yesterday, and Jaybird, I do admit your con list was longer than your pro list, but we wanted to see what the audience had to think about this. So
we know what they think.
we did a Twitter poll, and we asked, okay, what do you think? Should Bird take up this interesting proposal? And we had a ton of votes on this, one of our most voted on polls, and people were very passionate about this.
Good.
87% said yes,
Of
you should do
course.
this.
See?
87%.
Of course they did.
And
Yeah.
you claim to be a man of the people. The people have spoken. Let's go.
You'd said a big part of it was your family. Did you have a chance to run it by them?
I have not. My dad's usually a day behind on the show if he listens.
Okay.
Let's call him live.
What time is it in Texas? It's 7:13. I guess we could. Let me text him first.
Okay,
Let me-
okay.
he doesn't like. My family doesn't like surprises.
Well, if he's not going to be here for Christmas because he stays in Texas, then, yeah, you should go have some fun with this family.
Well, I have other family members down here. I have my niece. I have my sister. I got people that I do have obligations to. Plus, I don't know if I really want to do this, Virginia. I just don't really want to do it.
It's feeling like a no.
Well, it's just a little. Yeah, there's so many levels to
Yeah.
it.
But there's so much excitement to it, so much unpredictability.
So just to give you guys, I have not answered her back other than the initial
Okay.
transaction. I was going to talk with my family. It doesn't look good, Virginia.
Oh.
And you don't think I should do it either. You're just getting on the microphone, giving me a hard time, COVID Connie. Virginia law is really lighting up.
You could wear a mask.
You're right. All right, maybe I'll do it then. You're right.
Yeah, just wear a mask.
Wear
You're
a
fine.
mask. Let me talk to this
Yeah.
this guy who did my girl so wrong. Because she's my girl now, Virginia.
Yeah, if I had to say, I think because of the COVID situation and it's probably not a good idea. I would say no because of that. If it weren't for the COVID thing, I might say, yeah, it probably is going to be awkward and awful, but I think it'd be a great story. But because of COVID, my official thought on it is a no.
Well, the other thing,
Hard
too,
pass.
is, and I don't want to make a big deal out of this in case I'm wrong. I don't know who this, I really don't know who this person is. I only know them through Twitter,
Yeah.
and they have an avatar. And I was looking at some of the history of the tweets and just the, there's
There's a past.
no, it's just, it's eye-opening.
Okay, all right.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There was concern on some of the things you read.
well, I'm just wondering, and I could be wrong, if this is the original stalker just trying to get some more.
okay.
she's been tweeting y'all and texting y'all.
I've seen her comments, yeah.
Yeah, well, you both have spoke about her. You guys have an interaction with her, and this seems like an MO she would do.
I have.
Okay.
Well, if the person on Twitter you've been talking to, my concern is that it's the actual stalker just creating all of this chaos just
entertaining.
To get on.
Okay.
She's on the air.
This girl's
Yeah.
working.
Now, this girl.
She's got a part-time job, and it's called Jaybird.
The girl that dropped off the pizza and that was at Publix with Denny's, she would do this kind of work.
Okay.
She would have a Twitter.
Yep.
She would tweet you. She would tweet Virginia. I'm not saying that's her.
I admire her
Shut
ingenuity.
up. Stop it. Don't give her compliments. When you do that, you do fire. Virginia fires her up.
Yeah. It's the right decision, but you are right now disappointing 87% of our audience.
It's not the first or the last time it's going to
all right.
happen.
It's a high number of disappointment.
I do that every Wednesday.
Okay.
Are you going to give out tissues for all these KVJ tears?
No, they'll be okay. The people will forget about this in a day.
Boy, if it wasn't enough having to deal with that interesting proposal yesterday, Jaybird had a very, very odd day yesterday. A little bizarre, Virginia, even for Jaybird standards. He gave me a laundry list, and what we're supposed to do here is to pick which one of these things did not happen. So all these things but one happened.
And this not even included the death threat we had from Dennys, with Dennys.
Wow, you had a full day.
He has quite an exciting life, doesn't he? That's why I tell you, he needs a reality show, Virginia.
Bring it on.
I just sit home
agree.
and watch it. Okay. Found out his driver's license was suspended. Sounds very plausible. I'm not going to rule that one out.
I saw him figuring that out yesterday, but I don't know if it came to fruition or not.
All right.
He had a moment.
Okay. Okay, another thing from Bird's Bizarre Day. The house he was buying is now not happening because of a last-minute issue.
What?
I know, right? Gosh, those are two. And
Those are two bad things.
Two bad things. So one of them has already happened. Accidentally gave himself an insulin shot intended for his dog Chewy.
I can see that happening.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Put that on the definitely list.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to rule that one in.
Meat hooks over here. I'm surprised it hasn't happened before now.
I don't mind Meat Hooks Pennington. That's not a bad name.
An Uber Eats driver complained to him about the KVJ show, giving the reason why he doesn't listen anymore.
I can see that.
Yeah, that sounds plausible.
And annoying. Because that's what you want during your food is
I'm just trying to get my food, not hear how I suck.
a critique and an air check from my Uber Eats driver. I'm not really down with that.
And got into a dance-off with a random stranger in a Walmart. I could kind of see that, too. I think Jbird would be lively.
He walks around looking for dance-offs. Yeah, I can totally see that.
The last three, I'm all going to say yes. That all happened in Bird's Bizarre Day. Now, to me, the question is driver's license or the house. Since you mentioned that he was already looking around with the driver's license, I'm going to say that's the one that did happen. The one thing out of his whole list that did not is the house. I think the house is still on, Virginia.
I pray that the house is still on.
Or did I throw that whole license thing in there to screw up Virginia's thinking and maybe it did happen? Or it did not happen.
Oh, I know. You never know. You're
What?
a tricky little person.
Oh, no.
I
think
think you just
that came
tricked
out right.
yourself.
I actually confused myself. I don't know what I
You
just
were
said.
trying to confuse us, and you had confused yourself.
Don't get too clever, Bird.
You really did. I was like, what?
I'm real cold today. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm not thinking right.
Okay, that's my vote. The house is the one that did not happen. Virginia?
I'm with you. I'm praying it's the house sale falling through because we were so excited about you getting this house. It was so close.
There'd be pool parties, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, we already planned the pool party.
Virginia's already given me her floaties.
I already,
really?
Yeah.
I have all my floaties from the pool I never got. And I had been saving them, and I might as well give them a home because they're never going to find a home in my yard, my stupid HOA.
Oh, they're now 2 KVJ show members that are not going to be having a pool disappointment.
I mean, not so
Oh,
close to
wow.
Christmas. I can't
know.
take it.
You both are right. It was my license that was suspended. I didn't even know it.
Dang.
And my awesome insurance woman, Trisha, totally helped me out. When I got my new car, you got to mail in your license plate. Just so you all know this, make sure you get rid of your license. If you are taking out, if you're not going to be driving your old car and you keep that old license plate on there, you're not supposed to do that, and it can get you in a heap load of problems. So make sure you take off your license plate if you're not going to have that car anymore, and mail it into the courtroom.
Gotcha.
It will screw you up, man.
Dang.
But my license is not suspended anymore.
Okay.
Yes, I got it taken care of yesterday.
Yay.
I'm legal.
There's a bonus.
The house is coming.
There's a
Okay.
bonus. All right.
How's your stabbing of your hand with the insulin?
I've got dog insulin in me.
Yeah. How did that happen?
It was rough.
Well, we heard about Jaybird's very interesting and bizarre day yesterday. Lots of crazy stuff going on. In fact, Lucas said, hey, wait, I want to hear about the dance-off that happened at Walmart. How'd you get into that?
So when me and Denny's go shopping together, there'll be times where we're just kind of messing around, and I'll start breaking down into a booty shake to make him laugh in the aisle, you know.
Yeah.
So when I did that yesterday, I started doing a booty shake for him, and the girl that worked at Walmart saw me doing that, and she started doing a booty shake, and that just got me going. So we started dancing with each other.
Oh, that's cool.
Which lasted
Yeah.
a good 12 seconds. So technically it wasn't long, but still a dance-off.
It was, yeah.
yeah, dance off with a stranger.
Yeah.
That's fun. You also talked about getting your license suspended.
Yeah, I don't think I explained it all right, because I think I confused the chat room. There was a couple things I didn't do right when I got my Jeep. I didn't right away notify my insurance company. I didn't, and then I took off then when I did notify them, I took my insurance off of my truck and then into my Jeep. And when you do that, you have to get rid of your license plate. And I
Okay.
didn't do that either.
Okay. All right.
So, if, honestly, I don't know why my license got suspended. It was suspended, and it's not now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah. Somebody had said that you have to turn your old tag into the DMV.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, not the courthouse. Yeah. And then somebody said, I bought a new truck and I still have my old license plate. I don't know.
Because they transferred it. That's why I don't want to bring it up, because it's boring and it's tedious, and I don't really understand it.
Yesterday on the show, we were talking about your I don't make enough for this moment.
Yeah.
Which is tough for retailers. Somebody sent in a text overnight that I got in. I was like, oh. Said I worked in retail and I had an older woman come into the store. She grabbed the first pair of shorts and then asked for a dressing room. And minutes later, she just books it out of the store. Well, I had to do a dressing room check, and I found the pair of shorts that she tried on, and I found that she'd taken a dump in them and then left.
What the hell? Wait, she put on new shorts, pooed in them, and then took them off?
And then took off out of the store. She didn't come in. I don't know why she maybe didn't have a restaurant. I don't know why you would do that. That's unbelievable.
Huh.
Unbelievable. I just honestly these retail nightmare stories. I just, this time of year too, and it's 2020, and I couldn't even imagine. It's crazy. Who would do such a thing? What an animal, huh?
That is just, it seems like a lot of work just to leave a deuce.
It does.
Like, instead, why don't you just run in and say, where's the bathroom?
Yeah.
Because you have to take off your own pants, put on their pants, then poo in them, then take off their pants, and then put your pants. I mean, that right
It
there
is
is
a
a
lot of
5-minute ordeal.
It's a lot of work.
You could run to the bathroom
Yeah.
twice in that time.
Animals, Virginia.
Oh, my God.
Animals. Well, if that person is out there, I think you need to call in for a KVJ confessional here today. You need to confess your sins. That is just not right. You should not be pooing in new shorts that you don't own in a dressing room and then taking off. Terrible.
You really shouldn't be pooing in old shorts either. You shouldn't be pooing in your shorts.
It's a good call. Absolutely. We will open up the KVJ confessional. If you would like to confess something here today to relieve yourself of the burden, you can do that. Text it in, 877-979-WRMF. You can also call if you're brave enough as well, but we'll take those anonymous texts. I don't mind that. So hit that up here on the KVJ show. We will get to your comments coming up in just a few. Also wanted to remind you that if you're not yet listening, you need to, because tomorrow we're giving away another free trip, 4 days, 3 nights, 5-star vacation for 2 with the airfare to the Sandals Negril Beach Resort and Spa in Jamaica. How you do it? You listen every day to KVJ or 97.9 WRMF for 4 hours and you get an entry. You can do it on our mobile app, which is absolutely free. You can go to your app store, look for 97.9 WRMF app. You can get that, or you can go and stream online at WRMF.com.
More KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
Already finding something out here with the KVJ confessional today that this might be a thing. We're talking about the I don't get paid enough for this moment. Somebody talked about how while working retail, some woman came in, grabbed a pair of new shorts off of the rack, went to the dressing room, and then took off running out of the dressing room. She went to go do a check to see what was going on. The woman had pooed in the shorts.
I mean, that's a lot of work.
Or as now you call them, sharts. And it is a lot of work. And then Denny said that he just took an anonymous call, a confession a second ago, with somebody admitting that she had to quit Victoria's Secret because people kept doing this in the dressing room. Sometimes it was kids, sometimes it was adults. So I don't know if this is a thing, but that's 2 separate people who have worked retail that have had to deal with somebody taking something off the rack, going into the dressing room and defecating in it, and then leaving the store.
Do you think it's one of those things where a parent brings their kid in there and they're just letting their kid be lawless and dropping
No,
deuces?
the first one was an adult, and it says sometimes kids, sometimes adults.
I mean, I guess people are just losing their minds out there.
Or is this a whole organization, a whole unit of people?
Is it like a TikTok challenge?
Yeah, exactly. Because you're right, there are some weird TikTok challenges out there. I was looking at some of them last night. They are bizarre, man.
It really
I would
is odd.
hope that pooping in the dressing room is not a TikTok challenge. We've really jumped the shark as a society if it is.
Nothing shocks me anymore.
shark.
Doesn't.
Jumped the shard.
I wouldn't be that shocked.
We have a lot of shocking confessions that people have been texting in here. I think the first 4 or 5 are from a couple weeks ago. I got a whole bunch of other ones that are coming in here. People texting these in anonymously. Somebody said, I'm dating my best friend's ex behind his back. Ooh, wow.
Why are you doing that?
No.
Don't hide behind the text. Call in. I want to talk to you.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to have Denny start calling some of these back. We do have the text number.
So let me make sure that I'm getting upset for the right reasons here. They're secretly sleeping with their
Best friend's ex.
I don't know, man.
That's heavy. So it'd be like Denny's, if he wasn't married, hooking up with your favorite ex.
I mean,
You'd be crying.
I wouldn't be crying. I'd be crushed. I'm gonna be crying.
You'd be crying like a bitch.
Broken bird.
Sweet Denny.
Playing half of my heart in the background.
All right, take it easy.
That's
You always
true.
give one too many details out.
Somebody, boy, it sounds like they got what they deserved. I thought I texted my girlfriend to meet up at a parking lot, but I ended up texting it to my wife instead. Caused a divorce that cost me $200,000, and now I'm broke.
I mean, it's on
Yeah,
you.
that's just kind of it. You got to pay to play, right? Isn't that the way it goes?
Dang.
Isn't that the way it goes?
Pay to play, pay to slay.
Somebody else said in this text confession, I don't know what cookies are, but I always deny them. I don't know if they mean the tasty snack or when they go on a computer.
The computer thing, I don't know what that is either. So I'm like, I don't know. Yeah,
Did you
sure.
text that to us, Virginia?
That comes on. You're like, I don't know what to do. You know what? I'm just gonna turn off the computer. I'm not
I
gonna
used
do
to
it.
like cookies, but I don't know. Cookies?
Well, if they're Oreos, then maybe. But if they're just like no-name cookies, no.
When in doubt, just start clicking a bunch of things and see what happens.
Somebody texted in their confession. I have a favorite spoon that I love to eat my cereal with. And I haven't told my partner that it's my favorite spoon, as that would come across as being childish and odd. But I do notice and get a little annoyed with her when she does take it and use it.
Well, I mean, Buy an extra spoon or talk
It's
to
their favorite.
Talk
It's
to
their
her about
spoon.
it.
Just say, hey, I love this spoon.
They're afraid to admit that, but then when they see them using it, like, that's my spoon. That's my spoon.
Well, you got some spoon love. You got some spoon issues.
I definitely have favorite spoons.
Yeah, talk to your girl about it.
Someone said, I secretly eat Coffee Mate powdered coffee creamer out of the jar with a spoon. Is it good? What is that? I've seen it before. I'm not a coffee drinker.
It must be good because we had an intern back in the day that got busted stealing all of the coffee creamer here at work, and she didn't know, and she got reprimanded in the hallway. It was on camera.
Is creamer the same as Coffee Mate?
Coffee Mate makes a powder and a liquid form, so you
Okay.
can get it either way.
I think people love this stuff because she knew we had cameras and she couldn't stop herself.
Kevin, there's some of it that comes flavored.
I hardly want to try it now.
You
I mean, since they're eating it with a
should.
spoon,
There's a hazelnut. There's a French vanilla. You would love it.
Somebody
'cause
give me some Coffee Mate. I want to
it's-
try it out.
It's like powdered ice cream, and you
No
love ice
way.
cream. Yeah.
Oh, this might be my new thing. Would that be odd? Always coming here eating Coffee Mate all the time?
You
Yeah.
develop this Coffee Mate habit.
It would be odd for you. If I started doing it, that's not odd. But
No,
you,
for me?
me and Virginia are going, Kevin,
Kevin's
what's
weird quirk is he now eats Coffee Mate right out of the jar.
We're like, it finally happened. Kevin finally snapped.
Kevin, it's delicious. If you get it, you might not be able to turn away
I
from
really
it.
want to try
It
it.
might be the new monkey on your back.
Oh, man. Wow.
You want the powder or you want the liquid?
I don't know.
Oh, get 'em.
I'll try them both.
You know how to get them hooked? Get them both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring you both.
Sugar content? Is it all sugar? or
Oh
no?
yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's
I can only do a little
super sugary.
We're going to have a cream party tomorrow.
But it tastes great. It's cream. It's milky. It's fatty, and it's sugary, and it's lovely.
Tomorrow's Friday. Cream party.
Yeah. Okay. All creams.
Sounds weird, Bert. I'm not coming to your cream party.
Cream pie Pennington. Oh, my God. What's that hand gesture you do?
Hey guys, you want to come to my cream party?
I'm sitting in the middle.
You're right. When you say it out loud, it don't sound right.
Whoa, somebody's texted in their confession. They said, I slept with a girl I knew from high school the night before her wedding and then went to her wedding the next day.
Oh my god.
Oh, the dirtiness. I mean, just the pure filth down that aisle.
How do you look at yourself?
Wow.
Oh, my
I can see why that
gosh.
one's anonymous.
Were they remorseful with the text? You couldn't.
It didn't say that. It ended at that. That's all it was.
I want to talk to these people.
Well, like I said, they're on the text number thread. I don't know any.
We can't call them back. They have to call us.
You
Because we
can.
told them they could be anonymous, and then we call them.
Hey, what? Maybe it's a bribe thing. How much is it going to take for you to go tell this story on the radio?
How much creamer do you want?
You're bribing with creamer?
Well, the one person I want to talk to that has the ex the ex-girlfriend and the best friend scenario there. Are you still hanging out with your best friend and acting like everything's cool, and then when you leave, you're texting his ex on the reg, and you are I mean, that's just so dirty, man.
Text us back. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago today is when we got that one.
Acting like everything's cool. You guys are playing basketball together, having snacks. Oh, but you're down low.
Oh, you're having snacks.
You're right.
This text says, best part of my wife having COVID is that I can do all these horrible farts and she can't smell them.
I like a half glass kind of guy.
That's sweet. But they're in the same room together? Mm-hmm. Well, you gonna get COVID too.
Well, I mean, she's now past it. Look, my wife can't smell.
Oh,
she's
it's-
upset because she loves the smell of her own farts and she can't smell them.
Oh, it
Really?
still
She
hasn't come
loves
back.
it. It's one of her joys.
She loves the smell.
Loves it, yeah.
When you say love, what do you mean?
She loves it. I don't know what you mean.
It's a pride.
You get love, right?
She's prideful.
It's like that one person loves Coffee Mate. She loves the smell of her own farts.
I guess what I'm asking, does she legit love the smell
I
of
think
them?
she
or
likes
does she
smelling
love
them and
the-
ranking them.
Or does she love the
destruction.
destruction?
She does, but now it's not as joyful because everyone reacts to how bad they smell, and she's just like there's a sadness because she can't appreciate
Her art.
fully. Yes, how great it was.
She's like a blind artist.
because she knows how bad it stinks, and then the reaction connects. It hits harder, and so she's losing a little bit of punch in one of her favorite jokes and farting and making people disgusted and sick.
She's one of the best local fartists around.
She is.
She's amazing.
She is. She's the best I've ever met.
She's been strong in my face
Yeah.
before. It was rough. I was behind her on an escalator once, and it's been 12 years.
We all have a story. I have two.
It's 12 years
And
that happened.
In my opinion, these two farts that I speak of, they both deserve their own Wikipedia page because it was an event.
The one with Bird and Denny's is the best. The air
Which
conditioning's,
one?
The air conditioning's out in the building, and Kim and I are on the surface elevator. It goes extra slow, and she lets one go, and I smell it right as the door opens. I'm like, oh, it was gone off. It was a 10.
You guys are getting off. We're getting on.
We got off the elevator. Jaybird and Denny's going.
And it was hot.
And then the door closed.
And the door closes. All I hear is, ah, and they're beating on the door.
Well, it was so hot.
And
in
it's
that
going so
elevator.
slow.
She hotboxed me. And sweet Denny's.
And she just did that spontaneously.
Yes.
That's just the fart gods.
We laughed for like 5 hours after
Well,
that.
it's the hottest, most slow-moving elevator to man.
It is. What the hell with that elevator?
It's an industrial
hot
type
box.
of elevator.
It's terrible.
It's a hot box. Yeah. Okay. And I got time for one more quick one. Somebody texted in their confession. My husband refuses to believe he has erectile dysfunction. So whenever we want to have sex, I have to slip Viagra into his drink without him knowing, so he thinks he's getting erections naturally.
Oh, my.
There's so much wrong with both ends of that story.
Whoa.
ED dude needs to
Right, but he's
recognize
got a pride thing.
don't let pride take it out of the game, my man.
But now he doesn't even know he's out of the game.
Well, now she's drugging her husband.
Now he's like, yeah, boners are back.
Wow.
It's false boners. I don't think it's right.
That's
He
crazy.
doesn't know.
Does that make it right, Virginia?
Is it a victimless crime?
Drugging your husband's not a victimless crime. But he also has to accept that he's got ED. He's got to do something about
Well, now
it.
he doesn't think he has ED. Now he's like, sweet.
Wow.
I got
Okay.
attention.
I got a gazillion new confessions. I'll just take these and add these for next week.
People are just losing their minds.
I love it.
Well, you hear one person confess, it gives people the strength to come forward.
Some amazing stories out there. Absolutely. Also got a follow-up on the woman that came in, pooed in the shorts, and then took off running. This happened in the summer of 2017. I was working at a boutique in a nice Colorado ski village. The lady definitely came in with the intent to poo and dash. There was a very nice public restroom available, maybe 25 yards from the store. I definitely was not paid enough for that. So I guess that's a devious thing that people
There
do.
was a restroom right there she
Yeah.
could have used.
Yeah, it's just like, haha, look what I did. It's a poo and dash kind of thing.
I would love to interview that person just to see if they were honest. What's going on through their mind psychologically there? Are they doing it for laughs and giggles, or is it something they have to do because it gets them off?
I didn't like the way you said off.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it felt like you have a kindred spirit in the pants pooper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you know me. I'd love to go poop in a ladies' room.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
A lesson why it is great to have awesome legal representation. And a lot of times you can't do that unless you are a multi-millionaire like Robert Kraft, which not only got him out of those prostitution charges in Jupiter, but it, bam, turned the boom on the 3 ladies that were running the joint. And now the legal boom is dropped on one of them. She's got to pay $31,000 and serve 1 year of probation after, quote, soliciting Robert Kraft to commit prostitution.
Wow.
So it's all on her. He did nothing. He's a saint. He's good to go.
That's amazing.
What an interesting little twist, huh?
The scales of justice.
Wow. It's all on her, not him. He's a victim in all
He's
this.
fine.
All the charges against him were dropped in September. And boom, she's the one that's going to pay and do the time.
Did they have to destroy those tapes? Because I remember that was what his attorney was asking for as well, because there was tapes of him getting a...
It was just inadmissible. So, I'm sure they exist somewhere, but you can't show them to anybody for any kind of argument whatsoever. So they were ruled inadmissible, and that's why it was dismissed against him.
You can show them to me, though.
You could sell them.
You can sell them.
You want those tapes destroyed.
If I'm Robert, I do. But if I'm the dirt of the day, I'd like to get my hands on
Oh,
them.
that would go for so much money. People would pay a lot of money to have those
Those
out.
tapes exist.
I know.
They are in Jupiter.
And nothing really is erased, is it?
Thank
in
you.
today's day and
No,
age?
nothing's ever. You wouldn't
Nothing's
erase that.
ever erased.
No one's ever going to be like, make sure you get rid of every copy of that. Even if Robert Kraft paid somebody to do that, somebody's going to be like, yeah, sure, Rob.
That's like 4 different cops' retirement fund right there if
Yeah.
they ever figured out a way to be able to sell those tapes.
Absolutely. You know, I talked to you about running into the actor for Better Call Saul, and I was like, oh, do I say something? Do I not say something? Here's the reason why you really shouldn't approach celebrities in this era. COVID. One South Florida celebrity got to COVID, and it's because of basically that. A fan comes up and is like, oh, I love your work. Gloria Estefan said that she was dining outdoors at a Miami area restaurant and believes she got the COVID because a fan who wasn't wearing a mask got very close to her and tapped her on the shoulder.
Oh, my.
It looks like the fan gave Gloria Estefan the COVID Congo.
That sucks.
Yeah. She, I believe, has recovered. She said she only lost her sense of smell and taste and had a little bit of a cough.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's good.
She could still do the conga.
Interesting good news. Rita Wilson, Tom Hanks' wife. Remember her and Tom Hanks got to COVID early, like in March?
They were the power COVID couple.
They were. They were.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, if COVID got Tom Hanks, none of us are safe.
She says she still got the antibodies.
So she got tested again.
She's part of a group that's testing to see how long they last, and she still got them. And so she had them since March. So, you know, going on what, like a 9-month kind of thing?
Wow.
You antibody people.
Yeah.
But she had it bad. Like her and Hanks were holed up. I wonder if the worse you had it, the longer you keep the antibodies.
Part of the experiment, Virginia. We don't know yet. I don't
And do
think.
we know they had it bad because they were
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
ones that were out there?
No, they
quarantine.
documented it. They there's videos of them, selfie videos. I watched them, so
All right. I'm asking the hard-hitting questions, Kevin. Someone's got
Thank
to.
you. Thank you. Whole bunch of COVID dilemmas going on here. The mayor of Austin, Texas, posted a Facebook video last month telling the residents to stay home if you can. We may have to close things down if we're not careful, kind of doing a little shaming thing to his citizens. Turns out he actually posted that video from his vacation in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. And the day before the trip, he'd hosted an outdoor wedding and reception for his daughter with 20 guests. Do as I say, not as I do, apparently for a lot of these politicians when it comes to COVID.
Not only that, you're seeing politicians, you gotta wear a mask, you gotta do all this stuff. You're seeing news anchors, gotta wear a mask, and then they're
Yeah.
all caught doing all this stuff without masks on.
Yeah, there's another story about another mayor somewhere that had done that I saw today. So there's a lot of that shaming going on where they're telling their citizens doing all this stuff and then they're just breaking everything they say. How do you expect people to be like take anybody seriously?
they won't take you seriously,
No.
and then they won't vote you back in office.
Probably. There's a couple got arrested over the weekend. They took a flight from San Fran to Hawaii knowing they had coronavirus.
Oh,
They charge them with reckless endangerment. So that's going to be one of the things you might start seeing. I was wondering if that would happen if they start pressing charges against people that are doing, and I guess apparently in some places they are. Will they stick? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But you could face reckless endangerment charges.
if you know you
spread it.
have it, you're just the ultimate jerk.
Yeah. It's crazy, but like I told you, with my wife taking that test and testing positive, and then we're like, oh crap, like we can't go anywhere now. And then she tested for the antibodies. We're like, what's going on? And her doctor's like, you'll continue likely testing. Some people 2 months, some people 6 months after they've had it, they'll test positive. Doesn't mean you
weird.
have it, doesn't mean you're contagious, doesn't mean you can spread it, but that will throw a little curveball at people. San Francisco doing something else interesting. They banned people from smoking tobacco in their apartments. But if you got weed, smoke up.
Well, here's the difference. The tobacco lingers and clings on and stays around a lot longer than weed. And not to say weed doesn't smell. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that. But the cigarette stuff, it stays in that area for so long. We don't necessarily do that. It can be cleared out pretty quickly.
Doesn't weed have carcinogens, though, too? I thought I had read something about that.
Denny's.
Denny's?
So there was some kind of equivalent where Actually, smoking marijuana had all these carcinogens too. I was like, I wonder if that was. I can't remember what that stat was.
Well, here's your guy.
Yeah.
Marijuana is tricky because the smoking of it is carcinogenic. I mean, anything that you burn and singe and breathe in is going to have carcinogens.
Okay.
But they say that also the counteract is the ingredients in marijuana counteract it. So I mean, it's kind of.
Oh, okay.
So if you're gonna,
It's a wash.
It's a wash, but it's probably best. I mean, if you're trying to avoid it, there's so many new ways of, intaking marijuana aside from smoking it.
Eat a gummy.
The gummies.
Okay. All right,
So,
fascinating stuff.
All that
Thank you,
helps.
Denny.
But yeah, anything you singe.
Can you smoke a gummy?
It would be rough.
You can smoke anything if you really put your heart and mind to it.
The Ohio Department of Health is now recommending that people in Ohio not travel anywhere in Ohio. That's kind of inconvenient, huh?
Yeah.
So I guess you got to just
Stay home?
Yes.
Like literally.
stay in your town,
Huh.
not travel around. And I'm sure you'll probably see the governor jetting all over Ohio today.
That would suck.
Well, that's what the politicians are doing. Belgium's got a new coronavirus restriction where if you're hosting people in your yard, only one of them is ever allowed to go inside to use the bathroom. What?
Oh, man, how are you gonna enforce
So
that?
is it a pass to pee in the yard?
I don't know.
My kid would love that because Rocco just takes
Yeah.
joy. He squeals with delight when we let him pee in the yard.
There's something freeing about it. I think I love I like feeling the wind against my butt. I don't know. It's nice.
They say that a lot of people were naming their dogs in 2020 after things related to the coronavirus, like Corona, Rona, COVID, and Fauci are all big dog names this year.
Naming your dog Corona?
I don't like
That's
it.
so
It's so
weak.
dumb.
It's so
Like,
dumb.
Are we trying to get away from the coronavirus? Now you got a dog in your life for 15 years named
Come here,
coronavirus?
Corona.
You're dumb.
Did you see the Department of Transportation has ruled that emotional support animals won't be considered service animals on flights anymore?
Good.
Yeah.
We know how you feel about
You know how I feel because so many people have been attacked in airports, children especially, by these emotional support animals, fake service dogs, and they get fake paperwork off the
The
internet.
tide turned against all of those people when the peacock was in the airport.
Yeah.
People said enough's enough. You can't can't put
it's
a peacock
ridiculous. On a plane. Yeah. A couple other mayors doing it wrong. There's a mayor of a town in upstate New York that got arrested on Tuesday for selling drugs after he got into a police chase where he then threw his crack out of the window.
Oh.
And a Kentucky mayor got arrested for driving under the influence after falling asleep in a White Castle drive-through line and crashing into a utility pole.
Dang.
Okay, we should not reelect him.
What if he gets reelected?
Her. Oh.
Yes. The female.
She's a rock star.
Yes. And finally today, wanted to pay respect to the creator of the Slim Jim. Lon Adams has died at the age of 95 of the coronavirus. He's the one that created the Slim Jim recipe.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, that guy. Whoever made the Slim Jim.
Fat Kevin, were you into Slim Jims when you were eating?
Yeah, and then they're a tasty, meaty snack. I'll snap into a Slim Jim every now and then as I do keto stuff, so I'll have that. Yeah, it's got a lot of, preservatives and salt and all that kind of stuff. It's not great for you, but I'll still eat them.
I just played ball with a guy who always ate Slim Jims, and then he would burp really, really loud and big on the bus. So you just smell like Slim Jim burps the whole time. Kind of ruined him for
I wouldn't
me.
normally recommend that, but today, as we're honoring the death of the creator of the Slim Jim, seems like a Slim Jim burp is a great way to honor
Amen.
his
You're right.
life. So get a Slim Jim and go burp in somebody's face today.
Rest in peace, dude.
Good point.
They say he served in World War II. He was in that famous Battle of the Bulge in Belgium.
Oh, wow.
Which is an amazing battle. And he actually got shot in the head, and a bullet flew right through his head.
Oh, my
And he still came back and made a Slim Jim.
That's amazing.
What have you done with your life?
I mean, you lived through that.
That's amazing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you walk in rooms, you're like, guys, I took a bullet in the head,
You
and I
really
made
just
this
need two
Slim Jim.
great things. Like, I created a Slim Jim, and I got shot in the head in the Battle of the Bulge.
You've done it all.
You've really done it all. That's a life well lived. Boy, interesting stuff what's going on with sports. You talked about the COVID cases going on in the NBA. They're going to be kicking off Christmas Day, or at least there's going to be a game for the Miami Heat on Christmas Day. At noon, they're playing the New Orleans Pelicans. And they're just trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to continue on with some of these sports? Now, some of them have gone through. Baseball's had their season. Hockey wrapped up their season amidst COVID. The NFL has tried, and they keep going. And, they're well into the season. Steelers are 11-0 now, so they're like week 12, 13, something like that.
I was going to ask you, the Steelers having such a great year,
Yeah.
is if they went undefeated like the Dolphins did, would it be looked as a legit kind of a thing, or would it be kind of like how baseball's looked upon? It's like, it's the COVID year. It's not really official. Would it be legit?
I'm a Steelers fan. It's completely legit. Absolutely. But it is really kind of interesting to see what's going on. The Steelers had a game at 3:40 p.m. yesterday on a Wednesday. I don't know ever in my life if there's ever been an NFL game with it was a good matchup. Now, people are arguing it was a terrible game, and it really wasn't a great game.
But it's great for a guy that goes to bed at 6 p.m.
Absolutely. I loved it. I'm like, can we not do this more often? And Wednesday, nothing ever happens on a Wednesday. I was actually looking forward to a Wednesday for once. But there was a game that was postponed 4 different times. And the NFL commissioner at halftime is extolling the virtues of their COVID policies in the NFL. People are like, dude, this is a game that got canceled 4 times. So,
are you
crazy stuff.
serious right now?
Yeah.
He's talking about how great he did?
Yeah. But I shouldn't go on. If we want to talk about sports here, we should bring in the true expert, Dennys.
He's the head of our sports department.
Yeah.
After you don't do the sports show anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, hey, I think people enjoy Dennys talking about sports more than me, because you're right. I get on a roll and people are like, oh, we don't care about your sports. I want to hear Dennys kind of sports. Now, you were saying one of the interesting things about Dennys was back in the day, he believed like at his high school that, you have mascots, and typically, most people know that like a mascot is for like the entire school. Dennys was kind of thinking that maybe the golf team would have their own mascot, the football team a different mascot.
I thought it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not sure how you got through high school like that.
I went to one sports game, and it was just because the girl I was dating was in the game, and I left early and got yelled at.
See, that's why you don't like sports.
She's like, you didn't watch the whole thing? I was like, you guys are kind of losing in the first half. I kind of got out of there.
She's like, first half, I play softball.
You are a good golfer, though.
I do like golf. That's more my speed. If I was to play a sport, I'm not into the running and jumping.
You and the big guy, Big Kev and Big D, should go hit the links together.
Yeah. It's been a while, but
You might beat me.
Do you drive the little car, or do you pull your own thing?
So I used to pull the
Pull
car.
your own
We would just
thing.
do that.
I don't know what it's called.
What?
What is that?
What are you talking
What are we
You
talking
know.
about?
You can pull
Virginia?
your clubs.
Your clubs
Okay.
on that rolly thing.
Well, so when in Stewart, there's like 50 golf courses, and some of them you can't use carts on. You have to pull. And then the place that I lived, in the neighborhood, we had a golf course, and I lived right off one of the holes, so I could hit 3 holes and go right back home in less than 30 minutes. So
Wow, okay.
it was just nice. You could just walk through. I'd stop at the clubhouse, little thing, and get a drink, and then walk back. So I was right off a golf course, so it made it really easy. Me and my brother used to go out and just do chip shots and stuff.
Okay, that's how
that's
you got
fun.
good.
It's how we got into it. That's before I got into joining the team, and then the team was just an attempt. My father's like, all business is done on the golf course, so he made me go into golfing.
Did you believe the whole, drive for show, putt for dough?
I mean, it's make or break in the short game for sure.
Listen, see, he's throwing out some golf terminology.
He's just trying to work in dough.
I heard him. I can see.
The bird loves dough.
Okay, well, we'll keep golf off this. We're going to put Dennys to the test here in just a second, though. It's going to be sports terms with Dennys, an Am I Right version, which means that you've got to give us an answer, but it doesn't have to be right.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so we'll see how Dennys can do on some sports terminology coming up here in minutes. All right, we got a sports quiz here with Dennys. Now, we're going to do an Am I Right version, so he has to give us an answer, and then he just completes it with Am I Right. These are sports terms. Now, he was throwing some out with golf. He's got those, so I'll stay away from golf here.
Yeah, that one I did play.
Okay.
Nothing else, though, in the sports realm.
I'll throw some other stuff at you. So if you know sports, you really should know any of these terms and know what they're about.
It's par for the course, Denny's.
Okay. I'll give you the term, Dennys. Explain to me what it is. If you run a screen, what are you doing?
That's in football when they can't tell if they made the distance they needed, so they run the screen down the side with the television, and then they review it on the replay, the instant replay of my clothes.
That's good.
They're running the screen down the side of the
Yeah, the screen goes right down the...
I know Run the Jewels. I don't know Run the Screen.
Run the Jewels.
The hip hop group?
Run the Jewels. What is that? What obscure thing?
I know Run the Jewels.
It's a pretty popular. It got really popular this year with the election. It was very a controversial album.
Oh, I'm dumb.
So Run the Screen.
Okay, all right. It's a good answer. Traveling. What is traveling? You know that one?
That's when a team goes to another state to play another team.
That's
Am I
really-
close?
Is it only basketball teams?
Basketball, soccer.
Well
Everybody
done.
can travel, yeah.
Yeah, they all travel. They have to.
That's why you got away teams.
Duh, Kevin.
Yeah.
How do you think the Steelers played the Ravens? One of them had to travel.
Yeah, that's right. The Ravens are traveling.
And it's even tougher this year because of COVID, the traveling.
It
rules.
It's really hurt traveling this year.
Tough. Another sports term, Denny's. Give me your definition of call an audible. What have you done if you called an audible?
That's when you're on the bench as a baseball player and you're not playing, so you're listening to an audiobook.
Well, exactly. Well done.
Am
we
I
used to do that
close?
all the time in college.
Call an audible.
The Audible. They listen
What'd you
to
say,
the-
Coach? I got an audiobook. Yeah.
Well, I was always on the bench.
I'm
so
learning cooking tips.
I was always doing audibles.
They call it audible.com.
Okay. If you hit for the cycle, Denny's, what have you done here? You hit for the cycle.
You're hitting for the cycle. You are going out there. It's a crazy swing. You have to spin 4 times and then whack the ball. It's kind of like, Happy Gilmore hitting a golf ball. What is it? Hitting the cycle?
Hit for the cycle.
Hit for the cycle.
Yeah, hit for the cycle.
Or it's some guy they call the cycle, and he just really likes when people
It's
dedicate it to him.
It's when baseball players have their periods.
Yeah, they're doing it for a charity for menstruation.
Okay, Denny's targeting. What is that? If you have targeting, what is that referring to? That sports term?
That's when a player doesn't like another player, and they throw the ball to hit them, to hurt them. They're targeting that player. That person is a target. So.
That would be hysterical. Just beam the ball at somebody. Be like, you lost it down, dude. Yeah, but I hit him really hard with a football.
Yeah,
Targeting.
it was worth
man.
it.
Yeah, okay, that's not too far. And final one here, sports terms with Denny's. What are you talking about if they say you do a pick and roll?
A pick and roll, that is when somebody catches you flicking a booger. You got to pick it and roll it and before the camera cuts back to you so you don't get caught on television.
That's my new favorite
Yeah,
term.
you done a
the
pick and roll. Very nice, very nice. Okay, Denny, he definitely knows his sports. There's
Nailed
no doubt about
it.
it. Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, strong round.
More KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
Okay, got some random questions for you. First one, how do you think humanity will end? A lot of popular things. War. A lot of people always thought, we're going to blow each other up. You've got famine. That could be a possible way to do it as well. I don't know. I think for a long time they've always talked about war. And most people, if you asked, how do you think humanity will end? War would probably be it. They think
Like
it's
a
going to
big
be
nuclear war.
Nuclear war, nuclear winter, and all that stuff. My whole life, that has been the big issue. I don't know that that's it. I don't know anybody because now we really know it. We respect it. And I'm hoping that we got enough checks and balances and not a bunch of nut jobs running stuff that everybody's just going to start hitting buttons because they realize that's not really going to solve anything because you're going to destroy the planet. Nobody's going to have anywhere to live.
You blow us up, we blow up you, like everybody's blown up.
Then we're just, okay, so nobody really won this. Like, you're not going to win. You make the place inhabitable. Famine. Now, that could be something where, people can't get food, and that seems to be a big problem. I think that it's something they're already addressing. I think they have seed banks, and they're already working on trying to find other means of nourishment, bugs and things like that. So they're almost kind of working on that, on how can we really make advancements in that. I think that we'll stay ahead of that. The way I think that humanity will end, we've seen it in 2020, it's a virus. That's the one thing we cannot seem to get ahead of. And they are amazed that in less than a year, they're cranking out a vaccine for a coronavirus. And we've had coronaviruses around for a long time. This one's just a mutated version of it. And that to me will be it. And they talk about other things. I've already read, I don't know how many articles. What's the next coronavirus? And they're like, this is already out there. This was found in a mongoose in, Tibet. And I'm like, what?
You bring up good points, and I can see that happening. Some kind of terrible disease. It takes everyone out. I think it's going to be some kind of thing from outer space, like a solar flare or one of those just
another asteroid type thing.
An asteroid, something like
a planet ender, they say.
Yeah, like that, to really knock us off of just the kind of the grid. Because you're right, with the whole nuclear war thing, I feel like we can do some prevention with that. Not to say there's not going to be devastation.
Yeah.
But you're talking about complete wiping out of Earth. I think it's going to be something from outer space that just says you guys can't control it and you're out.
Solar flare is a good one. I feel like with the asteroid still, we somehow would figure out a way to Armageddon it. They would get Elon Musk and he would ride on top of a rocket all the way to space and save us.
Unless he's the one that's doing it.
I feel like right before we're about to blow each other up, if that was the way it was going to shake down, your aliens would come and intervene.
It's not a bad philosophy unless they're the ones that are making us turn on each other.
Wow. Okay.
How about
Deep
that
stuff there.
twist?
Okay. What is the past fad that you're most glad is dead? It was a fad before and it's dead now, and you're like, thank goodness, that was terrible.
Those shirts you used to wear with crosses and rhinestones and skulls.
It's not dead though. It's still around. Some people still
Dead
wear
for
that.
me, but yeah, for other people, it's still around.
It's not dead.
It's not
dog.
a dead fad.
It's around.
What is it,
Yeah.
Hardy?
Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I see that Affliction T-shirts, all that. I still see that. It's been 10 years since I did
I'm trying to
it.
think of a fad that I would hate.
You've had mullets. You used to have, when I was in high school, you would do the jean jackets with a Metallica back patch and you put some spikes around it. That was pretty awful.
Yeah.
I used to hate that one fad where girls would tease their bangs and they would
Yes.
go straight up in the air.
There we go. The 1987 haircut on women. I'm so glad that's not really.
That looked terrible.
That was such a terrible
Why did they think
hair
that looked
look.
good? Their hair would go straight up in the air. It was like the, what is that, something about Mary, whatever
Yes.
look? Yeah.
We would spray it with hairspray, and then you would blow dry it with the hairspray, and so it would form like this hard shell hair. It wouldn't move.
Yeah, people in my family would do it all the time.
Why
and
did girls think that looked good?
I don't
Why
know.
did anybody think that looked
I'm
good?
going to argue that the mullet, and I'm talking about the mullet that's shaved on the side, is a better look than the teased up hairdo.
Might be. Strong argument. Okay. What is the most expensive item you've ever held in your hands?
I think mine was that Louis bottle at Blue Martini.
Yeah, it
that
was like a $5,000 bottle.
I was juggling with it and doing all kind of like fun because I didn't know. I thought it was a dummy, like a mock
prop.
I was
Right.
the only dummy on that stage. I'm throwing it around. Like, hey, look, guys! Because I didn't think the audience knew. I thought the audience thought it was fake.
Yeah.
Or thought it was real. And the manager comes up and goes, dude, what are you doing? That's a real bottle of Louis. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I don't know. $5,000? Is that what he's saying?
I think it was about $5,000. Yeah.
Have I had anything else bigger than that in my hand?
I've held jewelry that doesn't belong to me in my hand, and it was worth like, $100,000.
Well, then you win.
Just hold it. It wasn't mine. I was just holding it, trying it on and playing with it.
Fancy pants, of course.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever held anything really that fancy.
That's right. You weren't allowed to use. You weren't allowed to touch the World Series trophy. Only I got to do that.
Yeah, I couldn't get my hands on it.
Schnellenberger wouldn't let you touch his ring.
No, these hands have been denied anything that's been of value for my entire life. These hands don't know what it's like to touch value. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I got anything.
Dang.
I know, it's sad, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I got some people chiming in with some of the random topics that we had just a second ago. Somebody thinks that the oceans taking over planet Earth is going to be how humanity will end.
Interesting theory.
Maybe South Florida. I don't know about the entire planet. Is there? I mean, if all the ice caps. I mean, we still have land somewhere, right?
Yeah, Iowa should be fine.
Feels like it. Yeah.
Is it going to be, though?
It's not fine now.
It's still Iowa.
You imagine how people in Iowa would react if all of a sudden that became the beach? They'd be going, man.
Man, we got some oceanfront property.
Yeah.
It'll be dry, but it'll still be Iowa.
I almost went to school there, Virginia. Real close. Upper Iowa.
That was the school.
That was the school.
Kind of far from home.
It was terrible. Terrible. It's like Division 19. It's like the worst kind of school. I'm glad I didn't go.
Wow, that's tough. Somebody else said, I think it's artificial intelligence. That's going to be the end of it. Our computers are going to take over, turn on us. Yeah, humanity, we wouldn't hit the buttons, but what if we didn't have a choice because our computers overrode humans?
That's a good point. What
Yeah.
if the robots or the computers, they start World War III, Virginia, and now we're all turning on each other because
Terminator.
of the robots.
Yeah.
And you don't know who's a robot and who's a person?
Kind of like right now in this room.
With Kevin.
Well, we kind of know he's a robot.
Right.
We'll be the first to die because he'll just look at us and go, "You got it coming."
When I was a little kid, I had the science teacher tell us about how, the Earth is on its axis, and if the Earth all of a sudden just falls out of the sky, we would lose all consciousness, and
This
everyone
guy was high.
I don't know, man. Lake Park Elementary at the time.
Elementary, he's dropping
The
that.
Earth will fall out of the sky? What? Hold on.
Basically saying that the Earth is going to just we'll be sitting here, and then all of a sudden our heads and our bodies will just kind of fly up and explode, and then the Earth will just.
That's good to tell second graders.
Oh, I was probably in third.
What?
Second, yeah.
Dude.
I know, man. I'm
This guy
telling
was
you,
clearly sniffing glue.
we had a lot of weird stuff like that in
Yeah.
Lake Park.
That's odd.
A lot of not facts.
Is that the city slogan? Lake Park, a lot of not facts.
We got a lot of not facts.
It's an amazing
And
town you grew up in.
that's your Lake Park education right there.
Blame it on my teachers.
Lake Park, a lot of not facts. What? Yeah, that'd be absolutely amazing. All right, thank you for your thoughts on that.
Thank you for everything.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to everyone.
Yes. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, who won today's holiday music draft?
Okay. You just don't want to be last.
Oh, I think we know who lost it.
Okay, we're going to see. Interesting, the votes that we got in here from our Facebook page.
Are you shocked?
I'm surprised.
Okay.
I am a little surprised. I'm not going to lie.
Whoa.
at, who our winner is.
He expected to win. So that
No,
means
I expected Suits to win.
I expected Suits to win too. In fact, me and you gave our own ranking.
Suits should win and he should be second.
We thought it was going to go Suits, Kevin, Virginia, me, Dennys. I think that's how we had it.
Yeah, that's true.
Suits did not win.
Oh! I
What?
can tell by Smug's Bunny he won this thing.
Okay. All right, who did win? We'll find out next.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Today for the KVJ draft, we were doing the best Christmas songs. Jaybird got the first pick. We thought without a doubt he's going to run away with this. And with the overall first pick in the draft, he went with Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
Hot out the gate,
Yeah.
cool on the back end.
You then added your A Mean One, Mr. Grinch, and Jingle Bell Rock, the Hall & Oates version. That was your trio of songs.
I mean, kids, if you haven't heard that version, you know what? Just don't even do it.
Kids, keep walking.
Don't listen to the old man talking.
Denny's went with Wham's Last Christmas, which I was surprised Jaybird didn't go with that with the overall number one pick. Then he went with Tony Bennett's Most Wonderful Time of the Year and Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues.
That's where he lost it.
Suits got Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. That could have easily been the overall number one pick, too. He then got Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano and Christmas Shoes, his own version.
See, I think because you said Suits didn't get the top spot, I believe you said that.
Yeah.
It's because of Christmas Shoes, and it's because people didn't know it's the Suits version. They just see Christmas Shoes. And
It
they're
was
like,
too inside.
It's too sad.
Yeah.
What a
Might-
shame.
I know.
Might have cost him the tournament. Yeah, he did not win. We'll find out in a second who did. I went with Band-Aid's Do They Know It's Christmas, Brenda Lee's Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, and A Holly Jolly Christmas by Burl Ives.
Kevin won. You can tell Kevin won in his voice.
He's so smart.
I know.
Virginia went with It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas by Michael Bublé, Eartha Kitt's version of Santa Baby, and Pentatonic's version of Mary Did You Know. Okay. Well, let's start with who finished in last place before we get to the mystery of who finished first in the KVJ draft today.
We should start putting money on this thing.
We should.
Like really get into this.
Let's-
Where
let's
there-
gamble.
Yeah, there's something really on the line because I'm already a little nervous
Yeah.
with this. And there's nothing on the line. Imagine
Right.
if we had a C note on this game.
Oh, if my wife would give me money, I would love to be in.
I'll spot. Yeah. That sucks. I could lose twice.
We all have to
potentially.
spot Kevin.
So y'all are losing more money.
Yeah.
Great. I'm going to ask her, hey, you got to have money for this bet? Last place, Denny's.
What?
Very
Sweet
last
Denny's.
place, Denny's.
Big D.
He got all 5 votes.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah. Next to last place, Jaybird.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we kind of knew the bottom.
We did.
Okay, now here's maybe where the surprises start to begin. Finishing in 3rd place overall, who do you think it is, Bird?
I now think it's Suits.
You think Suits finished in 3rd place?
Yes.
You're not right. It's me.
I won.
Virginia won.
Wins again.
Virginia
I won
won
last week.
with Michael Bublé's who's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, Santa Baby, and Mary Did You Know?
I'm telling you, don't sleep on Mary. Did you know? That's my cut.
Wow.
I want to.
Them pentatonics are amazing.
Wow. God bless us, everyone. We've got a Christmas witch.
How about that, huh?
The Christmas witch wins again.
Yeah, it was. She only beat Suits by 3 votes, so it was close, and it was really those 2. That was about it. My list tanked, and so did Jaybird's and Denny's. But wow,
That's
crazy.
It's great fun, though. I love playing these games.
Me
you go.
too.
Yeah,
we do to put something on it.
I am down. It doesn't have to be $100.
It could be a punishment.
and then Virginia will lose and then not do it.
I love when we do that. It's a lot of fun. Maybe we'll have Denny's. Maybe we slide that into a Spotify playlist if you want to hear that. If you don't have your own Christmas playlist ready to go, those are the ones that we picked out for you.
Is that Trans-Siberian thing? Is that springtime is here, here it is, Christmas is here?
They have a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's springtime is here though.
Whatever.
Springtime is here.
Christmas is
It's
here.
winter.
Winter is here. Okay.
Damn, get a calendar.
Yeah, that Trans-Siberian Orchestra summer album really tanked.
Springtime is here.
Did I say springtime?
Yes, you did.
They're like, man, maybe we ought to stick to Christmas. We're not really selling a lot of summer albums. All right, coming up, Jaybird is going to give you some wisdom. What? It's thought for
That's
the
the
day.
guy?
Yeah. Great segue into your thought of the day. Coming up next. Oh, we got the After the Show podcast going to be coming up here in just about 5 minutes. Might want to lock in. I'm not sure everything we'll get to, but I'll probably tell you about the fake COVID testing sites popping up in Florida and what to look for on that.
Fake COVID testing site.
Yep, that's it.
Damn it.
Gotta figure in the scamming state, we would be doing fake COVID testing sites now.
Oh my gosh.
That's the latest thing. So I'll let you know the details, how you can spot them and where they might be and what you got to look for.
If they're in your neighbor's garage
Right. It's a lawn chair.
and your neighbor works at Family Dollar, you're like, wait a minute.
It's just a Q-tip, and he's not trying to stick it in your ear or your nose.
Where is he sticking it?
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, that's where you're sitting in a lawn chair. Yeah, just bizarre stuff. So we'll get to that coming up here in a couple minutes. Before we do, though, Jaybird, if you would wrap us up with your thought for the day.
What might seem to be a series of unfortunate events may in fact be the first steps of a wonderful journey. Oh, great job, Bird.
Did you miss an episode of the KVJ Show? No worries. Find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or kvjshow.com.